6:31. Sorry. Just wanted to be on top of things, Daryl.
Yeah, I guess.
Trying to think
I'm on that before.
She's
Here we go.
babysitting.
Okay. Well. Okay, well, I guess we're live, and it is 6:31, so I'll call the Village of Webster Board meeting for Thursday, August 14th, 2025 to order, and if you would all stand, please, and Carl, would you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all very much. Please have a seat. Our first order of business tonight, as most often the case, is a public comment portion of the meeting. So at this time, I would open the public comment portion. If there is anybody here that would like to address the board, podium to my right, your left is open. And
Single file, everybody, single file.
don't have to look around. Maybe as the camera is going around, you notice that there is nobody here to make public comment, so I believe that we'll close that portion of the meeting, and we will move on to regular board business. First off, we have a resolution to approve the minutes from July 8th, 2025. Looks like you're gonna put it back. I don't have any questions regarding that, if anybody does. If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
Aye.
Make that motion?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll second.
Trustee Ippolito.
Aye.
Trustee Lauer.
Aye.
Trustee Gordon.
Aye.
Mayor Byers. Motion passes.
Next, we have a resolution to approve the claims and warrants. And Mike, I believe you were looking those over, and any comments that you might have on them, Tom?
No comments, no?
There were quite a few
Yes.
in the file for this meeting. And I believe that's because probably we left this 3 weeks.
We missed it.
3 weeks.
Yeah, we missed a couple of
Well, then I will make a motion to approve the payment of the claims and warrants.
I'll make that motion.
Second it?
Trustee Lauer.
Aye.
Mayor Byers.
Ippolito, aye.
Oh, I thought I heard you, sorry. Trustee Ippolito. Okay. Trustee Morenz.
Aye.
You want your niece to come up here and do this?
Mayor Byers.
And, here we go. Number 3 on our agenda is a discussion regarding a public hearing for Xerox. I believe at this particular point, what that discussion is primarily going to entail is kind of a mute issue at the moment. We originally were looking to have a motion this evening to set a hearing for Xerox, the acquisition of property from Xerox. Xerox has initiated the exchange of land, we would like to give the part that they occupy on the west campus to the village, and we also are looking at an agreement in providing, well, actually, it would probably come from us in this particular case. The village would look at providing to the town land on the east campus. This, however, has hit a snag. There is a little known law, I guess, in village law, that if the village is going to decrease in size, there has to be a resolution and a mandatory resolution, mandatory to be referendum. And in order to do that, we have to make notice and try to put it onto the next public general voting, which would be in November. However, I've been told that we are a little bit late in terms of a deadline possibly for that to happen.
Yeah, that may not be true, and I'll have to talk to Peter Elder tomorrow, because if you look at 9-912 of the village law, which is proposition, submission, and special election, it says, basically, such question, the question would be, whether the town could annex the 2 parcels east of Phillips Road from the village. So it's not like, the village doesn't own the land, the town doesn't own the land. Xerox will continue to be able to own the land.
Right.
It's just whether it would be solely within the village or solely, well, everything in the village is also in the town, but if it's town outside the village, then they don't have to go to the village for planning or zoning board and all that stuff. Which right now, the pieces are kind of split, which makes it cumbersome to try to develop. That's the whole point of doing this, is to try to streamline, help Xerox out to develop these parcels to third parties. But anyhow, so it says, if such petition requests the holding of it says, if such petition does not request the holding of such a referendum, such question shall be submitted at the next regular special village election for officers held not less than 30 days after the filing of such petition. If the petition requests the holding of a referendum at a time other than at such regular or special village election, such referendum shall be held no less than 30, no more than 60 days after the filing of such petition. So it sounds like it's got to be held either 30 days or between 30 and 60 days, notwithstanding. So that would make it, obviously, if the
That makes it
petition-
eligible for November.
It would be, right. As long as the election, the general election in November falls within those timeframes, it looks like we could make it happen. But obviously, Peter's the expert in village election law, so I'll point this out to him and see what he says, but Xerox would have to withdraw its current petition because the village law 18-1804 requires some extra stuff to go along with the petition that they didn't submit because it's not required under the general municipal law, Article 17. It's got to, well, it's got to state how much village taxes were paid on the parcels. But the other thing is the petition must also be accompanied by the consent in writing of a majority of the town board in which the territory sought to be excluded is situated. So they got to get something from the town board saying, yeah, we'll take the property. But we could probably if Peter agrees that it falls within either the 30 days or the 30 to 60 days, we could work with Xerox to file the petition so that those time periods would coincide with the general election. So let me, I'll try to get a hold of Peter tomorrow and see what he says.
Not quite as straightforward as we initially thought, but.
No, because of this, but as I told Jake, it's better it gets done right the first time rather than have some resident stand up in the middle of the process and say, hey, what about Village Law 18-1804? Are you complying with that? And now we all got egg on our faces. So, like I said, better to do it right. And if we can somehow fit it into the general election, I think that would satisfy town leadership, and we could go forward with, both petitions, not exactly simultaneously, but close enough.
I agree with that.
But otherwise, if it doesn't fit, we either have a special election, sometime in December, but, the problem, especially in a village, with a special election, you'll be lucky if you get 30 people to come out to vote.
Yeah.
So at least if it's in November, you'll get, well, you can only count village residents, which I'm not, so I can't vote.
We had 50 people.
Well, even if it's 50,
Yes.
it'd be better to have it,
It would better be.
it'd be better to have it in the general election,
Yep.
and just have it as one of those referent propositions, at the bottom of the ballot. However they do it digitally now, it used to be on the back of the ballot, but now.
The problem with that, though, is a lot of people, when they vote on it, they don't even understand what it means or what the benefit is.
Well, that's
So-
why-
They don't know.
Well, that's why the village would have to educate people.
Yeah, but
The
put
village
it out there.
Well, you put it on the web, you have an explanation, you put an article on the website, you put it on the website. You can't advocate to vote one way or the other, but just say why it's happening.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. 'Cause
Similar
we don't
to-
understand it.
I think, similar to what, the supervisor wrote an article that was in the Herald last week, where he said the reasons why it's being done.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah.
And is this slowed down their process a lot? Where,
Well, it'll really slow down the process if we can't make it in the election in November.
okay,
Because, as you probably gathered from this morning's
Yep.
conversation, the town isn't keen on having the village hold a separate special election on this issue and risk it being shot down.
That's too bad.
huh? No, I don't think we want it shut down.
Oh,
I don't.
It's not beneficial to anybody,
Right.
this is a good thing for the whole community, so I think.
Yeah, it's really for planning, development purposes. The village, if the village had to give up those two pieces, the revenue, it's minuscule really. If you apportion what Xerox pays in village taxes to those 30-something acres, it's not much.
No, it's what the
But-
result of it.
But the village would be gaining on the west campus, 28 acres or something, and whatever tax revenue you get from that, but potentially that site's gonna get developed much quicker than anything on the east side, and it's gonna get developed probably not as industrial like the east side would. And then the village stands to gain a lot more once it gets developed. So,
Definitely agree with
so
that.
in my view, if we can, keep the town happy, because they want both of them to happen around the same time. It kind of, we should try to do that. If we can't, we can't. It depends on when this election is held, and then some decisions will have to be made.
Yep.
But hopefully Peter will figure this out.
Shed a little more light on
Tomorrow.
that by tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. Well, everybody, we have a bit of an update on what is happening for, in terms of our movement with Xerox. And the boundaries on the west campus as well as the east campus. So we'll keep you informed as things progress. All right, let's move on then to item number 4. And that is a discussion about Rotary's request to put up a peace pole. I don't know if any of you have seen an example of a peace pole. There are some, you can Google it, and there are some that are available for you to look at. But I believe that an initial request was to have one put up on the property of the village, but at the Memorial Park, on the
Veterans
North
Park?
Avenue, Veterans Park on North Avenue. And because Veterans Park really is in a state, will be in a state of flux, that is one of the places that the village is, has been gifted in terms of monies from New York Forward to change the park structure the way it looks right now. It was thought that that would not necessarily be a good place for it. It was suggested, one of the suggestions was to put it on the front of the Village Hall, the property that's in front of Village Hall. Personally, I think that that opens up a can of worms in terms of people asking to have a number of things put on the front lawn of Village Hall, and I am not personally in favor of that. And I think that there are possibly some other sites in the village that could be considered for something like that. Jake, I know you had a thought on that, but that personally was my thought. I don't think that, Veterans Park is a good place right now for it, for sure, because the state of flux that that's in terms of planning and so on. Again, I disagree with putting anything in front of Village Hall. It opens up a precedent for a number of other things. How do we say no to other things? So, are there other places in the village that could be in fact considered? I know we've talked about a number of places. There's one over by Smith's.
To the east of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I like
also, if you go down, there is a space, and I'm not sure who owns that. I have the feeling that it's Charlie Fitzsimmons, but right next to the Harmony House. I know that a number of years ago, there was a sand castle, a couple of years that was built there during, the things that we had on Main Street. And I don't know if that's an appropriate place or not, but there must be some place other than Village Hall, so.
Put it in the park.
Where's the picture of it?
A couple parks or something.
Do we have a picture of it? I know, I thought that there was one, was it sent out to everybody? It's a pole.
Carl, just, there is this.
They're squares, they're a
Yeah,
square.
Is it what's down
They're not
in front
really a
of,
pole,
Earl
but
Thomas?
I'm not sure.
it's a
And
square.
then they were going to have up to 8
Big, huge rectangle.
languages.
Yeah, it's.
Well, technically, the way that it's supposed to work is that your language is on the one in your
Right.
country. You don't put everyone else's language on it.
Only one?
That's what I read. It says it's the language of the country you have it in, and then other countries will put their language in. That's what you're. If you did every language in every country, you wouldn't fit it on. You wouldn't fit it on.
Up to 8 or.
But all the ones I'm looking at are just in English.
They do Korean and Spanish.
In the email that he sent, they put one in down at the Sandbar Park, and I think that when he said it's in 8 languages, there's English and
And then you have someone say that you forgot theirs.
Yeah.
So just to have a piece.
You can't make
What
that
was
choice.
what was the reason why they wanted to put the poll? What's it for?
Piece.
What's the saying that's on it?
I
It's
guess
just basically
I
it's a
understand
spread
general piece, but
spread piece.
he's
Good
prevailed
for
on
It
earth.
says, "May peace prevail on earth" in English and in however many different languages they could fit in.
It actually came from, it originated in Japan in 1955 by a Japanese soldier after World War II or something. The goal was to promote peace by displaying this message. May peace prevail on earth.
You know, there's, on the west side of our Altanis High School, down in the valley there's about 100 of us. That's what those are. I always wondered what
Well, then you should show the Rotary where they are.
I thought they were free.
Was it the Webster Rotary Club that made the request?
Yes, yeah, they reached out.
So if they have one at Sandbar Park, which is in the town of Webster, why do they need one in the village?
They said they got, I think this last email said that they got 2, they got one in the town and they were looking to put one in the village. First Peace Bowl, yeah, they got 2 for here. First Peace Bowl's been already installed at Sandbar Park, thanks to supporting the town, Parks and Rec, and the staff. They would like to see the second one installed in the village somewhere, and we discussed the Veterans Park being in a state of flux. So he was looking for, if it's possible and if there's a recommendation for a suitable location.
Right out there.
There's the Pocket Park down behind the pavilion, there's a little pathway with 3 benches. There's also Harmony Park, and Peace and Harmony go well together. That might be a spot where we the band shell. But, yeah, it sounds like it's just a 4x4 with a sleeve over it.
I think it'd be better suited in one of the parks.
What's on the sidewalk? I like that area. Insurance.
And that was one of my first thoughts too, but I think that's part of New York Forward where there's gonna be possibility, isn't that part of the public art?
Doesn't Peter want to put some statue there or something? That wasn't, it stood at the 4 corners.
That's where Jig signed. Right, we get off.
The,
Yeah.
I thought that was, I wasn't on a local planning committee for that, but I thought that was one of the projects that they were discussing was public art and that would allow go their insurance. and
Perfect place
everything.
for it.
Yeah,
Is it private?
it is.
Jake, was that Penn Webster or just Webster?
What's that?
Was it Penn Web Rotary?
I think it was just, it says Webster Rotary, the person that reached out to me was Webster Rotary Treasurer.
Okay.
It may be difficult to find a private property owner that is willing to take it. Because if it gets vandalized, knocked down, and now they gotta, who's gonna fix it, you know, where if it's on public municipal property.
On the firehouse.
Carl, it is.
What?
I
You can
said
put it at your
Carl's
house.
house it is.
You can put it in my front yard.
There you go.
You might be listening, you'll see it on your front lawn tomorrow.
Maybe.
Rotary
Who
meets.
installs it, the Rotary Brothers?
Yeah, the Rotary.
They install it?
Yeah, that's
Up on
my
the island
understanding.
between the
They maintain it?
Yeah. That's the challenge, I think, is if some of their remote places, if you put it, it could just get destroyed.
Yeah, that's not it. What about the island, Carlson, what about the island coming down the drive there?
I like that.
Be a visible spot, it'd be out of the way.
The other way.
Where?
The island between the entrance to the village parking lot there.
It's a good spot to tie down the Halloween things that we
Yeah.
blow up.
That conflicts with a mission in
And since they shot down
Take
the
that out. Some kind of a.
back with a single entrance zone, we're
Outdoor
looking at
entertainment.
one way and.
I'm getting a whole big for every year.
I know.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah, sure, there's a place.
Seen this,
Yeah, one.
I can bring it back.
New York Falls.
Down that blender.
All right, I think,
All right,
we
well-
have beat this to death.
We can, let's, thank you for the discussion. We can bring up any ideas that we really have concrete for our next meeting, and continue the discussion or a vote at that particular time. How about that?
I love it.
All right, and we will end that discussion, move to number 5, which is a resolution to authorize the building inspector to purchase map storage shelves, and quotes are attached. If you have been into Village Hall and you've been near his area, you can see that the area that was used by Matt as an office area is filled with scrolls, maps, as well as a number of the areas in that back office area. And I think that this would be a very good idea to have the elimination of the, move them into an organized storage
Yep.
container. So personally, I am very much in favor of this, so I don't know if anybody else has a comment on it, but if you've been there.
I use those. Occupation, very nice.
Well, in that particular case then, I would ask for a motion to authorize the inspector to purchase map storage shelves.
Which?
From Southwest Solutions Group at a price of $2,389.63.
Thank you, Tom, you took the
Thank
words
you.
right out of my mouth.
It would be-
I'll make that motion.
Daryl left it open-ended.
Yeah, here's one for 2,500.
I made the motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Trustee Morency?
Aye.
Trustee Abolito?
Aye.
Mayor Byers?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Well,
Next, we have a resolution to approve budget modifications. We have a number of them. I really find it somewhat confusing, goes back and try to in front of another, but, first of all, I guess we'll start with those from August 2nd. The reason, the use of unreserved fund balance monies for the purchase of new computers. So we would take money from AA.090900 fund balance of $7,328, and from line GG.0909.000 fund balance, I think that would be sewer, $1,075. And we would move that to Line AA 1325.200, clerk equipment, $7,328, and line GG 838.130.200, sewer equipment, $1,079. And that would pay for the purchase of new computers.
Wow.
How many would there be?
We ended up with 6 that had to be replaced because they couldn't go to Windows, the next Windows. So they'll no longer be serviceable.
Was this a planned thing, budgeted
Yes.
budget?
Yes, this is the
You know, I
budget.
always ask that question.
Yes, it definitely was. We just didn't know exactly how many. But we had a feeling we needed about 8. We were able to move some to Windows 10 and some unfortunately couldn't. So there were less, and we kind of made the executive decision to not replace some of the laptops. They weren't being used, so.
Right. Okay.
Well, I would like to put that separate, so if I can have a motion to approve the general fund budget modification. You need to have that, or is it just notification? I think we will probably approve.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, to approve all the other purchases afterwards.
Definitely.
We didn't buy these yet.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Trustee Abolito?
Aye.
Mayor Byers?
Aye.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Trustee Morency?
Aye.
Motion passes.
We move to current budget mods, August 14th. And first of all, Reason LMT overage, passport postage, legal expenses under budgeted, electric bill more than budget, and social security. So we're looking to take from line AA .1990.400 contingency, $20,298.37. Move to line AA 1325.406 computer hardware, software maintenance support, $7,879.16. To AA 1410.401 passport postage expenses, $533.10. I'm wondering why we're over so much with that, but anyways, we can add that in a moment.
That means we have more passports.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, that's a good thing.
yes. So really, that amount is, it kind of offsets because of the cost we bring in.
Good. Line AA 1420.400, legal, $251.47. To line AA 5182.412, electric, wow, $9,938.18. It's been a hot summer. And to line AA.9030.800, Social Security General, $1,696.46. And then, secondly, we have movement here for salary lines based on actual time spent. And first of all, from AA 5142.100, snow removal personnel, we're taking $21,543.31. And also from line AA 1620.100, building and village hall personnel, taking $16,122.38. Interesting, how are you guys getting paid? Line AA 1010.100, legislative trustee personnel, $5,868.16. I can understand that where that's going. To line AA 1220.100, executive mayor personnel, $2,934.33. To AA 5010.100, street administrative personnel, $5,272.30. To AA 5110.100, roads personnel, $18,323.03. And also landscape, AA 6410.100, landscape maintenance and economic assistance, $3,871.97. And finally, to line AA 8140.100, storm sewer personnel, $1,396.30. So those are budget mods currently for this year to at least begin with. We're not even in the
Last year.
summer.
This is last.
Sorry, I think they're just to correct the last year budget.
This is a modification from 24-25.
Correct. She has to kind of go through and just adjust things, how they actually played out. And they may be some recommendations from the audit.
Okay. So we're tidying up still what is going on in the last budget.
In the last fiscal year.
Yeah. There's no,
I would be.
Time that you have to do
that
it.
in June or July, but we are not. All right, well, so those are budget mods for 24-25 to clean up the rest of that previous year. So I would ask for a vote on making those budget modifications.
I'll make it.
Trustee Alito?
Aye.
Trustee Marcy?
Aye.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Mayor Byers?
Aye.
Motion passed.
If that's all from the audit, that'd be nice if we just do that. Say, do our audit. That just doesn't look so.
Yeah.
Because he's right, it is the way it's been thing.
It is.
So audit.
Good thing coming up, all right. We will move now to item number 7. This is a resolution to award the contract to construct a pole barn at the wastewater treatment plant to Marine Builders for a cost of $289,523.87, and to authorize the mayor or a representative to exercise all documents necessary to facilitate the completion of this project. First time through, we rejected the bids. Second time through, the bid is lower, and it has been accepted. And I think that this is, as all of you are, most of you are aware, Mike, I don't know if you are, but this is one of the things that the town placed upon the village to do in order to move forward with our sewer foundations. So this is before the board. I would ask for a motion to approve.
And where is this align with what you projected, our original number, didn't we?
We had $400,000.
I was gonna say, 'cause this looks a lot less.
Set aside for that, yeah. So
Perfect.
this is 289. Yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of site work that the village is doing at a time. In fact, there's a beneficial use determination for the media that's coming out of the old trickling filter. If there's, disinfected and cleaned, and then we're gonna be able to crush that, utilize some of that for foundation stuff, so in base, so.
Thank you.
Good too.
Sorry, John.
That's fine. Good information. So, again, the motion is before, I've asked for, I'll make that motion to approve.
Wow.
I'll second that.
Mayor Byers?
Aye.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Trustee Alito?
Aye.
Trustee Marcy?
Aye.
Motion passes.
We move now to item number 8. which is a resolution to accept the proposal for Conway Beam Truck Group for the purchase of a 2026 Mack Granite. Per the proposal dated July 1st, 2025, utilizing the Onondaga County contract in the amount of $180,708.28, and further authorize the mayor or designee to execute all documents required to facilitate the purchase. The look of this, Jake?
This is kind of identical, right now, I'm waiting for upfitters, this is just the cab and chassis itself. So it's identical to the green, that Mack, the new Mack truck that we got, the last one. Larger green truck, 6-wheeler. What we were looking at options, for the, box, and there's, the vendor actually said that there's another contract that, utilizes it as a different, pricing structure on it, and a different, discount. The Onondaga County is 10% across the board on parts and labor. There's, one called NPP that has 18% on parts, nothing on labor. But he said it will typically result in a savings to the village, so I certainly want to explore that, not miss that opportunity. So I'm waiting. He called me this afternoon. He was traveling to Ohio for one of the trucks he sold, so he wasn't able to get the stuff done. But I think by the next meeting, we're gonna have all that. We're also looking at one other option with him on a, they call it like an all-seasons box, where, you know, the box that we got with this one's a regular dump truck box, and we have, they call it a harder type spreader that goes into one of the coal doors. And we're able to just fill the back with salt, run it out. Doesn't run out great. So we're looking at another option where the truck's tapered on the bottom more, and same type of setup for the salter, still in the back, but allow you to quickly transfer back and forth in between salting, and then if we're hauling snow off Main Street, we can basically dump the salt out, put a plate down in there, and we're ready to haul snow again, really pretty quickly. Or, you know, with a standard or our old-fashioned slide-in salters, you know, you have to take the salter out, put the tailgate back on, you know, disconnect everything and put it back on, and it's not as fast as back and forth. We typically, if we're hauling up Main Street, we have a really small window to, we try to, when the snow's done and it's piled up there, get it off of Main Street, clear, and then get right back to being able to be ready to plow again. So this is just for the cab and chassis. For comparison's sake, the one we got last year, I believe, was $295. And the truck I'm interested in getting, so it's gonna be two parts. The truck this time, the cab and chassis this time, and the parts, or the, you know, the plow, the frame, the wing, the hydraulics, and the box on the back, and whatever salter we end up with. Right now, the initial proposal is about $145 for that, for a total of about $325. And that's right what we budgeted for. Hopefully it's gonna come in less than that. That's what we're trying to wait and see, because I think the bigger, you know, if we can save money, I wanna save money and get the same thing. So, I wanna do that, but, yeah, the cab and chassis, the truck part of it, we try to get before any additional emission stuff go on, because that's gonna raise the price even more.
Thank you, Jake.
What was it you were looking to explore? What you said?
It's called NPP, it's National.
Does that have to do with the options part?
No, that's just on the truck, that's through, that's just the truck, the cab and chassis itself. There's another, I have one from, it's Henderson Products. And one of the things we try to do, especially when we're getting trucks close together, is get the same plow, if they work, same plow, same wing, so if this one goes down, we can take up, you know, use that other plow, and vice versa, and swap them, have interchangeability. What we're looking at is we're purchasing, right now we quoted it through the Onondaga County contract, in the Onondaga County. It's nice when you have contracts that allow piggybacking, because we don't have to sit there and go out and bid. Because that's a long process, like we just did for the barn. It's a long process, but it also, I don't think it results in necessarily any different price or anything. With the Onondaga County bid, you can go there and say, hey, here's the truck I want, here's what we have. And we just basically this time said match what we did last year for that. With a few minor changes. One of them, the turning radius, we were looking to improve that a little bit. He can have non-offset front tires, so that it'll turn a little bit better, make some adjustments on that and on the stops. Other than that, it's the same cabin chassis as we got last year. It was last year, we ordered it 2 years ago, but, and then we're just looking at the box. The plow, the wing, the frame, all that's gonna be the same. It's really how we finish the box and what we use for salting.
All right.
And the only problem, I guess, with the salter is that it eats out of the top only. So when you're filling the whole box with salt, it kind of eats, and those kind of work pretty well in towns where you're driving 40 miles an hour, or you're on bigger roads and your truck's moving around a lot more. If you're driving 25, plowing the village streets and going around, it doesn't shake the box a lot. One of the things we talked about, and that's one of the things we're looking at adding, is there's a vibratory box you can put on a dump truck, and you turn it on and it goes and shakes the whole box. And
What's it do?
yes, we thought about that the other day when we were paving, and one of the trucks came to pave had it on there, and it's like, why didn't you think of this before for the salt? Because if it shakes asphalt out, it's gonna shake salt down, so it would be something good to look at.
All right.
But NPP, Jake loves, just initials for things, it's National Purchasing Partners, government. So, but Jake needs to confirm that their price for this additional stuff to build out the truck was done through the General Municipal Law 103 bid process.
I think it's
And
been
the county already bid all that stuff out, that's why you can use their price. He believes it is because he went to a seminar, or they went to a seminar. You can explain that.
Yeah, OGS, I was looking to see if it was bid according to 103, and OGS did a webinar or a seminar or something where they were doing it, and in their PowerPoint, they had NPP, that's National Purchasing Partners, as one of their helpful resources or helpful links. So I'm assuming they wouldn't promote it, but I'd still like to confirm it that it was, it was good.
He's got a toll-free number to call him just to double, make sure that that's the case.
And I don't know if you're familiar, there's different ones, there's Sourcewell, and there used to be NJPA Sourcewell, Houston Galveston one, a lot of fire departments buy stuff off that, or I think schools with their buses and things. There's all sorts of purchasing co-ops. We've got some of our trucks, the last few years, there was a Nassau County BOCES contract that we had to sign, but we actually had to pay to use that one. This one, there's no fee and no obligation, it looks like, so, I think the vendor actually pays back his crew at the end, whatever, like a certain percentage of what you spend, they'll pay well, ultimately we pay, I guess, I'm sure, they figure it in,
All right.
What truck is it replacing?
It's gonna replace one of the older dump trucks. It's either gonna be 10 or the old Mack. But with some of the new rules with the emissions thing and with the electric, with some of the electric vehicle rules, the vendors have to sell, like if they sell one electric vehicle, and it opens them up to be able to sell 10 more regular, diesel trucks. And frankly, it's a pretty hard sell sometimes in the Northeast. You see there's certain applications it's all right for, but not in this area. It's not really great. So that mandate is driving that up, and then further emissions, you get in, I don't even know what it is now, tier 5, or if they stop calling them tiers, when you get more emission standards or requirements, it just drives the price up. So we're gonna do this next year, but that's why we wanted to put it in the budget this year, because of some of the new requirements and try to get it before all the new stuff.
Does it look like this is about 2 years out, 1 to 2 years out?
Probably about a year and a half by the time we, if we put the order today, I would hope we'd have it, be able to plow it, if not in this year, the following year. I think that's usually, where they are right now.
It's gonna almost be snowing by the time we're done talking about this.
You're right. So maybe 2 years.
Yeah. They go on to ahead.
Well, you have a resolution in front of the board. I have anybody would like to make a motion?
What color is it?
Green.
Did you say how much the bed is?
It's the box and the hydraulics and the upfitting, plow weighing frame and all that's about 145 grand right now. I'm looking to see if we can knock a few grand off of that, and changing it over, but we're also looking at other options, for like a municipal box, they call it, the all-season box, and seeing where that comes in too. So just kind of weighing them up, and he just couldn't get the stuff to us fast enough, so. But I wanted to lock in the truck if we could.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second
Trustee Alito?
Aye, Heather.
Trustee Lauer?
it. Aye.
Trustee Morency?
Aye.
Mayor Banks?
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right.
Well, we move now to John. Our attorney, anything for us?
No, not, other than, the Xerox stuff that we already talked about.
And so we will hear more in the coming days.
We'll have more, after tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, Heather? In the front office.
Nothing except that our insurance renewal is gonna be coming up, so I'm gonna bring something for the board to see next time. But, we met with a new place that is, Nikon recommends, and the price was pretty competitive and less than what we reported last year, so I'll bring that next time. Which I don't think we need board vote, but I just wanted you guys to see it all.
The one I said it in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jake? Anything?
All been waiting for.
That's right.
Just a couple projects, we did the paving, for the DPW portion of the parking lot here and over at Salt Storage too, going down the hill across the street. Worked out great, we worked with villagers and Dave, and other partners, all for us. So it worked out really good, I think they did a really nice job. Thank all the residents and businesses that were very cooperative. We didn't have to call and get any, hunt people around and try to move vehicles or everything. We put out signs, and I made up little things for putting under their windshield wiper, and I think it worked out really good, so thanks for everybody for that. The STP project continues to progress. I guess the biggest item now is the trickling filter. The new trickling filter is in the process of getting commissioned. It's up and running, but it has to start, I guess. It's that you have the seed, you start to flow through, and then you seed, and then it needs biological growth that actually does all the work. Little things do all the work of cleaning the water when it goes down through. So we started up, they have to test it, and one of the big numbers is BOD. It's a 5-day test, incubation period on the test. So we should have results mid to end of next week, I believe, to start to see how it's working. It started up, I believe, on the third or fourth. They started running it, started seeding it after that, and getting test results, and then they'll be able to see, the numbers and see how it's working. So we can't discharge anything now. There's a temporary pump down there that sends it back around and goes to the regular trickling filter, but we have to constantly supply it with new food so that the bugs will take off and grow and get to work. Oh, and part of the, I had a little note here, part of the paving project, did cause, we have to schedule quite a ways out. Fit the gaps when the contractors, have the milling machine available on the paver, and, the pavers. It always lines up with when we're doing brush, so brush pickup, we did Monday through Wednesday of last week, milled Thursday, Friday, paved Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday of this week. And then yesterday went back out to do more brush, so we're continuing and finishing the run that we were starting there, so, I appreciate everybody's patience on that, but you definitely realize how much people like the brush pickup when it's a little delayed, because, get a lot of calls about it, so it's definitely something that's used pretty well, and we're trying to do, so. That's it.
And can we have just a small discussion about those pictures? And trustee Belkane made me promise I would say that he really like a decision soon on the signs. So Karen has made these, they're beautiful, and she did a really nice job in partnership with Jake and myself. Jake, she put one of your ideas on there too, which was the one of just like a small scene.
Oh, this one.
Yeah,
Then we had the anonymous one.
yeah, which I can put that up on the screen again if you'd like. I know he would really like a decision soon. if possible.
Looks like he's from 1905.
Yeah.
Act number 2.
Local
This
and
number 10
title,
over.
curve
Feel
top.
free to
There.
send
Just
us
that
emails if you have any changes you'd like, or submission, anything changes, just let us know.
Oh, we can let you know right now.
Yeah, the number 2.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
There's,
we got 3 people that want to.
there's three number twos, so.
Love
There's
it.
3 number 2s. Are
One that says welcome across the top.
are all the signs the same cost? 1, 2, or 3?
Yeah,
They are?
yeah. Pretty positive, that's what it said.
Really? Even though some are fancier than others, they're all the same?
Well, no, I think on each page they are, but not, yes, page after page after, yes. There's
Well, don't you
probably,
want, before you decide, don't you want to know what you're spending?
you can, yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, just like the bills that you approved today.
Well,
And then she also mentioned which
Well, at
ones
least
can
you
be
get estimates,
embroidered
you know?
too, because some of them can't be embroidered. But, so she made a less detailed versions that can be, so we don't have to do the rest.
So are these guys
Yeah,
They are, because they don't put,
Is painted or carved?
yeah, if they're carved, I like this. If it's painted, I do not.
I'll get more.
It needs to
Oh,
be.
hold on.
Painting looks
We
cheap.
don't have costs need designed first, so then we'll send it to them and get a quote.
So yeah, so we're just picking up what we like and that.
Are they carved or painted?
So I'm glad you can sit there and watch your meeting from home, but you can't be here.
That's Karen.
Oh.
Number
Sorry,
2.
sorry, Al.
I like blue. Right here.
Number 2. That's the one I like.
2. Yeah.
So ask her if it's HDU. HDU would be the cut,
Is it HDU?
yeah. It's hard to tell when I do these drawings, but if it's HDU, all those letters are carved out.
She said she has to give them designs first and then we can look at materials. But that's the goal.
It's McAllister, right?
So should they pick out a first and a second choice, and then they
Yeah.
get both priced?
So to Don's point, if this is HDU or carved, you're talking, I just did a sign exactly like this, you're talking 8 to 9 grand. If it's just the lettering on it, painted or vinyl, it's half that cost. So. I
What's
just
the one
need-
now, Jake? The one in front of Village Hall?
I think it's
a
carved.
combo, I think it's got carved letters and then isn't the symbol in the middle of it flush, it's like printed like on,
Okay. So yeah, give us your first and second choice and we'll get you some prices.
should we number or letter the pages so we know which two?
Somebody give me your copy.
So like the building design options will make that A, the logo within sign is B, and the logo extending above sign is C. And then,
All right, so we like the 2B by what you just said.
Two, yeah, logo in middle, curved top.
Logo, middle, curved top.
Yeah, that's what I.
You like this?
Huh? Oh, which, of the round circle, what you want, the round circle?
Those will go on the shirts.
Oh, that's a good one, to figure that out.
Oh, well, we have to choose between these two?
Yeah, like which circle?
The top left,
Or if you have a
or like
recommendation for a
what
change.
we have, and the top.
And then we can put the one you choose on the sign. If that's what you.
I say we put the 4 helmets of the AFC East in there. Not bad.
And
That's the
this
same.
go with this one.
I kinda like, yeah, I kinda like the one on the left.
You like that one? And that one, this one?
I like this one.
Yeah,
I like this one.
Similar.
Yeah,
Simple.
I like this one.
Okay.
Simplified one.
Yeah.
I'm
which
with
one is
that.
it?
This one.
Oh,
Me too.
oh, I think those are just designed, one of them has more detail for online, one of them just so that, because when you embroider them, you have to, one of them's gonna be the online logo, one of them, when you embroider stuff, you can't have as much detail in it. So if you simplified, like the monument.
Yeah, simplified looks
Correct.
good
I
though.
like
It's
the
Yeah.
simplified
Cleaner.
one. Just-
Yeah.
it's cleaner, crisper.
For everything.
Guys, we'll
Yeah.
see that.
Got the emblem on top. Disagree with you.
You disagree?
This one's got two benches in it.
Well, it's like,
Got a bench and a bench.
yeah, why do you need all that, like a park bench and grass and?
Because it looks beautiful.
Well, I think when it's,
I like the one on the right.
yeah, when, I think your intent is when this is used online, you can use this. When we go to print out a logo for the trucks or print them on a shirt, you can use this one because it doesn't have as much, it'll be kind of both of them. This would just be a little less detail so that they're able to embroider it, where they wouldn't be able to do this because there's too much, this would all get lost, all that detail.
Yeah, you couldn't do the apples and stuff, it was too.
Shouldn't you have a single logo instead of two separate logos? Yeah, they're close, but they're not the same. Why do you need two?
Yeah, just stay with one, get rid of that little building and put a clock tower in there. Our famous clock tower.
Yeah, when's that new plaque on? When the park gets redone, after you get part of the $4.5 million from New York State. Yeah, it's all gonna be part of the redo of Veterans Park.
Okay. All right, so you got that information.
Yes, so please give me all of yours and I'll give them to her and she'll make the changes. If you just pick what you like,
I like this one.
2B simplified.
to be or not to be.
Simplify.
Okay.
2B.
I don't think there's a need for two logos.
The flowers.
Huh?
I love the flowers. She added those for me.
Oh, good thing you don't get to make the decision.
Yeah, these
Oh,
little
down
flowers.
here, right down here.
Huh?
Oh, the flowers, yeah.
Look at that nice brickwork she added.
Yeah,
It
you've
shows
got the
veterans'
brickwork and the little
bricks.
flowers by the chair there.
Yeah.
I don't think we need two logos.
No, just simplified it for everything.
Okay.
Should just be
Especially if that's
DW.
one that's gonna be on the side.
So, what is this? And bricky, all of it on grass.
Those are the bricks from, the bricks that we have in there for, with everybody's name.
I think
Mine
the
needs
biggest part
that.
is you want the monument flag.
It's right there. Right, that's the main part.
And if you're gonna have it on the sign, you want it to be, and that's the one we're using on the sign, right?
It'll be the simple one on the
I think
sign.
mine too.
Yeah, let's make it all the same.
What's that? Husky flower.
You can put on the trucks.
I have a branch. Make it all the same.
All right.
All right,
Have to all have the number.
So we're on number 2, right? Simplify.
2B simplified.
Do what you
Check.
want.
Yeah, 2B.
Check.
I do not like
Check
that
mark.
on top.
I do not like Sam I am, I do not like it as a name.
Agreed with it.
curved top, number 2B is what we decided, right?
Yeah, because it looks like the building's on fire.
Yeah, good.
It's,
All right,
that's a good point.
all right, well,
That's good.
anything else for the good of the order? If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn, and we will meet again in 2 weeks.
Aren't we lucky?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Please don't say it.
Good evening,
He
everybody.
usually says, anyone opposed, he said, just all said aye. Who's gonna oppose? Don't say it.
How about the Webster and Jazz thing?
Oh, Russ and Jazz Festival.
You can't talk about it now, you close the meeting.
Yeah, I can, because we're probably still live.
So is this Martin?
No, yeah.
Existing
Yeah.
hold